Okay, let's do a few more to confirm, and then we're gonna do guidance. Although I feel like your guides are proud of you because you've handled this situation like a boss. You showed who was really the bigger person. I don't like to say these things, you guys, because I truly believe that we're all in this together, right? Healing is a spiral, and no one is behind and no one is ahead. We're just in the different places of the spiral. So you can meet the same person in a different situation, and in one situation you will be the bigger person, you will be the teacher, and they will be the student. In a different situation, we can always learn from someone, we can always grow together, right? But in this specific situation, I feel like you were the bigger person. Carless, that's interesting, and maybe a detail just as a confirmation that your car broke down. Or maybe I'm hearing as well that you had a discussion with this person literally sitting in your car. So these cards are so, hold on. Damage, again, another card of that's on top of that disagreement. Just if you look at this, just two people, completely different, looking at different directions, not seeing each other point of view. I'm looking as well at this opportunity card, and I feel it's not just maybe the opportunity that you had with this person for some sort of a venture, as we mentioned, but I feel that maybe you imagine in your mind that this was a connection that had the potential to be something real, to be something lasting, someone that would be part of your life. Maybe, sometimes it's a harsh lesson in life, but I try to explain this to you in a sort of a comforting way. Sometimes we meet people on our path, not necessarily in a romantic sense, right? Sometimes those can be people that's like you meet someone, oh my God, I want to be your friend, you're so great, right? And we want to build friendship. It's the situation when you want more than the other person. You want something deeper. Right? Sometimes we meet someone, it's like, I really want to be friends with you. I would love to spend time with you, hang out, maybe travel together, go to a spa together, do our nails, or whatever is it that boys do. Play football, sorry. Such a cliche, but it just came to my mind. You know what I mean? Whatever is it that you want to do. And this other person, although in a respectful way, they're just not interested, or they're not ready, or they're not on the same page. So I feel I'm hearing more that kind of an opportunity, that maybe in your mind this relationship had an opportunity to be so much more that it actually was. And maybe this is why it caused such a big of a heartbreak within you, and when you saw this person for who they really were. Dust it off. Dust it off. But I actually see it in a good sense, I think this was a test for you. If you watch this, from the start, as I was explaining, that your energy changed, and this, whatever this situation was, it was a test to prove to you. It was a gift from your guides. Sometimes that's why I also try to help you guys to program your mind to think this way. Sometimes they put us in situations that are very uncomfortable, that feel painful, that feel like, oh my God, what is going on? Why is this happening to me? But if we reprogram our mind to switch our mindsets to always look at things at thank you. Because of this situation, I had an opportunity to grow. I had an opportunity to release myself from a connection with someone that is obviously not in alignment with me. We may be good, we may both of us be wonderful people, but we're not in alignment. But more than anything, these tests, and what do I always repeat? Tests are opportunities for us to prove that we are who we say we are. It's so easy to say, I have integrity, I cool down, I have compassion, I have empathy, I really care for people. And then a trigger comes and boom, we do something egoistic. We do something thinking about me. I don't care. What kind of a wholeness are you talking about? It's me and my ego here. Okay? It's so easy. And when a test arrives and you actually stand in your power, you actually show that you're no longer this hot-headed person that would say something hurtful without thinking, without considering what the other person will feel, just to prove your own point, just to show that you are the bigger no, you truly show that you are a bigger person, not to dominate, not to feel superior, but to show compassion, to show that instead of reacting, we can respond. And you shook it off. You dusted it off, but in a good way. A situation happened from the beginning. What did I say? One of the first cards that you had, you knew from the beginning, it's okay, this too shall pass. It's difficult now. My heart is broken now. I'm in pain now, but I know that this too shall pass. And this already shows that you're approaching a challenge in a different way. Your guides are proud. Your guides are proud. Confusion, we had that at the bottom of the deck before. Let me do one more and we'll talk. Values, there it is. Didn't we talk about this? Values, life values. With that confusion, I feel when that situation happened, you were confused. So again, I really feel reflecting. You did reflect. I do feel whoever was part of the situation was someone that was important to you. You hold this person, either you hold them very dear in your heart, or you held them at some sort of a pedestal. You looked up to them. They were important to you. You really thought that this was a real connection that would last. And that you could maybe maintain this relationship or friendship, whatever that is. And because this happened, it confused you. But it sort of brings me back to what I started saying, and I think it's important. It may be a lesson for this collective. When you are put in a situation, when you want more, remember what I said, you want more from someone that they want from you and that they're willing to offer. So you want closer friendship, you want more time with this person, you want more closeness, more intimacy, not maybe in a sense of, romantic way, always, it may be as well the case, but any kind of relationship, in friendship we have intimacy as well, and sometimes we meet someone and they sort of are okay to see us once a week in yoga class, and we want to be their friend, we want to text them, we want to see them, we want to grab coffee, right? If you are faced, it's such a cliche that rejection is redirection, but I really want you to feel it in your body and understand it. If you are faced with some sort of a pushback, right? So you want to be friends with this person and, they never respond to your message, they never really interested in a deeper conversation, accept that it is literally impossible, that they're part of your soul family. And even if you feel disappointed, move away. Never give more that you receive in return. Give all your heart. But if you're seeing that it's not being returned, take all that beautiful heart of yours and go and give it to another person. It doesn't mean that this person is a bad person or whatever. They're just not in alignment. They're just not for you. And through this disconnect, universe is trying to show you that they're not for you, whether that's for relationship or for friendship. But I want you to be able to dust it off with understanding that you're not being rejected. You just place your feelings, your energy, your emotions within someone that isn't really part of your soul family. So what I always invite you guys to do in those kind of situations is feel into what is it that really attracted me in this person. Because oftentimes we see someone and we look up to them, we put them on a pedestal because we think that we just connect, right? We connect, we have this connection, we put them on a pedestal. But in reality, they may just represent mirror to us something that we see. What we see in others is always what exists in us, right? So if you look at someone, oh, they're so amazing because why? Write down why. Why do you think that this person is amazing? If you're clashing, if you're not flowing, if you're already feeling into that this is not my soul connection, write down why did you feel that they were so amazing. And for most cases, whatever is it that you've They're actually qualities that exist within you. And your soul is trying to show to you, you can be that too. Believe in yourself. So let's say you admire someone because they have boundaries and they're assertive, or you feel that this is who they are. Sometimes we confuse these things as well, because we're mirroring exactly, we're seeing what we want to see in ourselves. What we admire in others is what we always wish we would have ourselves, right? So it's part of the journey of self-discovery. So just write down whatever is it that I thought that they were so amazing. I obviously were not seeing things right because we're not aligned on a level of values. Their values are not my values because they did something that I would never do. They acted in a way that I would never act, right? So what really attracted me to them? Because most definitely it wasn't a soul tie. You're right to be confused. This wasn't a soul tie. And if it wasn't a soul tie, it's a mirror. Whatever you admired within them, whatever reason you put them on a pedestal, are qualities that exist within you, and your soul is inviting you to bring them to the surface, to see them, to notice them. Sometimes we look at people and we feel that they have boundaries and that they self-secure, and in reality it's something that we see in them because we want to bring it out, and they may as well just be arrogant, right? This is why we sometimes get so disappointed. All right, my sweet souls. Guidance, shall we? I feel like this is going to be a bit of a because you've done a good job. You showed you're a bigger person. But yeah, we're going to do guidance. I have a few oracles and I have some tarot. We'll see what we feel like doing. I want to start from these. Let's do 4 maybe. Ooh. Focus. One more. All right. We have focus number 35. Stock. That's the name of a plant. Focus. Maybe you are being invited to, I'm hearing refocus. Remember we started sort of in this reading from saying that you cleansing at the bottom of the deck. So something was cleansed. Something was cleansed. You know what I just saw as well? Because I'm looking at these lemons. We use lemons when we talk about witchcraft and rituals. We use lemons oftentimes in rituals that are meant to even out karma. When someone wrongs us, when someone intentionally does something to harm us, to how you call this? Not disrespect our name, but to give false image of our name. How do you say this? You know what I mean. We use lemons. So maybe this person actually wronged you. Maybe they actually said some hurtful things about you as well to other people, which created some sort of a bad negative karma. But I feel you're being re-invited to refocus. Remember, you were in that moment of self-love, of self-worth that disrupted your energy. Learn the lesson, process the lesson, allow yourself time, give yourself weight, but then refocus back on you, refocus back on your mission. When we are good people, when we treat others with kindness, with consideration, with effort, with values, that naturally creates a protective shield around us. No one can harm us. We don't even need no lemons. No one can harm us. The divine will always protect our name. Affection. Number 12. I'm looking at this cat in the mirror. And I'm thinking something specific. We have wholeness as well. Number 33. We have wholeness. Blackberries. And we have wisdom. Number 22. What I'm hearing with this, you guys, is something disrupted. Sometimes we need a harsh lesson. The more we grow on this journey, the more we heal, the more we love ourselves, the more we stand in our sovereignty, in our independence, in our strength, the more we heal our shadows, the bigger of a shake, the bigger of a disruption, the bigger of a lesson it requires to really show us that there's still maybe a little bit of something that we need to work on, right? So honor that lesson, honor that reflection, refocus on you. You are whole. You are perfect just the way you are. Don't allow anyone who's not even as big of a person as you are to undermine how you feel about yourself. Our self-love and our self-worth and value should be unshakable, should be unconditional, should be, it doesn't depend on the opinion of anyone. Because when we achieve that wholeness with the universe, we understand that as long as we are in this human world, we are ruled to some extent by our egos. So why would I care what other people think about me if in the end I cannot ever know their journeys individually? I cannot know how much they are still ruled by their ego, how much they've released the ego. So whether they say something beautiful or something harmful, take it, use it to expand your wisdom, analyze it, use it to also learn about human nature, but never allow it to shake your self-belief. Okay? That affection, give it to yourself. I feel maybe this is also a lesson. Maybe this person was someone that you looked up to and they fell from the pedestal, and now you're realizing that I should look up to myself, really, because I'm the only one that I make a conscious choice whether I will disappoint or not. Look up to yourself. Give that affection to yourself. Maybe you tend to always see good in others. They're so beautiful, they're so smart, they're so amazing, they're so courageous. Again, what you see in others exists within you. This is also why ugly people, when they look at others and they say, he's stupid, he's this and she's that, and da da da, it's because these qualities exist within them. Everything, I repeat this as a mantra to you guys. Once you get this through your head, you will be so much better on this journey of self-discovery. How we feel about something has nothing to do about that something and everything to do about us. If something offends us, if something doesn't feel like it's us. It's always us. It's always us. When we really embody the wholeness of the universe, things are neutralized. They just are. We have no need to put a label on them, right? So don't take opinions of others too hard, because they are only opinions of others, filtered through their own ego. All right, let's do 4 of these. Message from your guides. Message from your guides. Keep trying. Keep trying. The star, number 4. 4 is also a foundation. Whatever happened, as if it was happening, yes, it shook you. Yes, it caused some distress, but it really helped you to strengthen your foundation. Keep trying. And I'm also hearing you guys, and we often chat about this, whether we talk about love or friendship or any kind of relationship. I know it's really hard when we are faced with disappointment, when we are faced with heartbreak, when someone who is dear to us, again, someone we have positive emotions towards, disappoints us, rejects us, falls from that pedestal. We have a moment of doubt. We have a moment of doubt. Why didn't I see this before? Why again didn't I see that this person was not good for me, whether as a friend or as a partner or why didn't I see that, right? And if we are not strong enough to see this as a lesson, to learn this lesson, shake it off, dust it off, and move on, we oftentimes fall into a trap. I don't want to do this anymore, right? And I say this to you many times when we talk about love, that after a heartbreak, people tend to be like, I don't want to love anymore. I don't want to be with anyone anymore. I don't want to try. No. Don't blame love. Don't blame friendship. It just happened. It just happened that you allocated your emotions, your hopes, your love, your affection in someone that maybe was not worth it. But in reality, life is constant chapters. Maybe now you see that you didn't align with this person, you learned your lesson, but maybe at one point, you were good together. Maybe there was a positive aspect of your relationship, of your friendship, whatever is it that you had. Maybe there were beautiful moments. Maybe it helped you grow and expand. It most definitely helped you grow. Now, thank this person. Release them with thanks. We don't just grow through applaud and through pep talks. We grow through challenges. We grow through disagreements. What did I say a while ago? True spiritual growth, it doesn't happen on your meditation cushion. It happens during a discussion, during a challenge, during a disagreement. The more we care about that person, the more difficult it is to go through this. So don't give up. Whatever you saw as a potential in this relationship that you wanted to have, don't give up. Don't give up. What else, guys? You are more. You are more. I love this card. This is such a beautiful card. Number 30. You are more. You are more than you think you are. You are flying higher right now. You showed in this situation that you are a bigger person. And those are such beautiful lessons, because our ego always pushes us to treat others as they treat us. But it's not true. It's not true. We should not treat people as they treat us. We should treat people according to our own values. So someone can disrespect you, can hurt you, can ignore you, can break your heart, can really treat you with zero compassion, empathy, consideration. It does not mean that you should give them the same, because if you give them the same, unfortunately, you are showing that you are same as they are. We should treat people as per who we are. Of course, what I said to you before, we should have our boundaries, we should have self-love, and when we have self-love, we are love. So we give love and affection and hope to everyone. But then if we also have those boundaries that come with self-love, whenever that is not reciprocated, we pull back and we give everything, every beautiful thing that we have to offer to someone else, to someone who is worth it. But as we walk away from a connection, that last attempt, we still treat someone as per who we are. As per who we are, because how we treat people, again, it says nothing about them and everything about us. You are more. You're going to fly higher right now. You're going to fly higher. This card is, you're meant for greatness. You're meant to show people exactly that. That despite the fact that you are dishonest, that you did not act well in this situation, I'm going to be a bigger person. Not to make you feel inferior, not to prove you wrong, but it's just who I am. It's just who I am. That's how it's done. Almost there. Number 44, a little fox. Four is, again, you had a four and you had another four. I feel like you are building really something solid here, some sort of a foundation for your future 9-year cycle. You're almost there, and that's on top of that wholeness. You're almost there. I'm hearing in the sense, this, I feel this emotion haven't passed just yet for you. You haven't arrived yet to the new rebirth version of you, emerging after this lesson, emerging after this experience. But you're almost there. Just breathe through it. Too many. Action leads to success. Action leads to success. Number one, it's a bit of a, you are about to shine at the bottom of the deck. It's a bit of a new energy, new beginning energy. It's a bit of a full sort of energy. Action leads to success. Time to take a leap of faith. But I feel like it all bounces back to you right now. Believe in yourself. Maybe for a very long time you believed in others more than you believed in yourself. You cheered for others more than you cheered for yourself. You would always give more that you expect. And it's a complex, it's a difficult thing for some to understand, right? Because as I explained to you guys, love wants nothing in return. True love, whether that's towards a friend or family member or romantic relationship, true love wants nothing in return. I give things to you because I want to, not because I have an agenda, not because I want to impress you. I offer you all I have, love, affection, time, whatever that is, because this is who I am and because this is what love really means. But in the same time, when we truly embody love, again, we also have self-love. So if that energy is not returned to us with no expectation, with no remorse, we just turn around and walk away to give our love where it's really going to be appreciated. Action leads to success. You know what's coming to my mind as well? That maybe I'm hearing that you, food for thought, I'm hearing that you may be a person that sometimes you leave relationships up to that drastic moment when maybe you have a hard time walking away from relationships that no longer resonate. Maybe for a while you felt or you had red flags that this person is not really who they say that they are. They're not really someone that you could build with for longer. They're not someone that could be a permanent part of your life, yet you allow them to hang around because you didn't have that courage, and maybe you wait for literally situation. But you guys know it's sort of an essence of tower moment, right? Our guides always send us signs, red flags, subtle situations that we need to read into, and when we are ignoring them, they have to hit us with a tower. That's literally it. They have to do certain things for us, they have to close certain things for us, and that's always more painful. Maybe there's a lesson in it within you to sometimes be a little bit proactive, to have this enough self-love to say that's not something that I would choose for myself. I'm not going to wait for the universe to resolve this for me because I already know that it's not something that I want in my life. Okay? I'm sort of on a fence. Should we do some tarot or not? But to be honest, I feel you have everything that you need, this collective. You have passed the test. Shapaba. Pat yourself on the back. Your guides are applauding you. You will emerge soon, almost there. You will emerge at the other side of this rebirth tunnel as someone better, bigger, smarter, wiser. So appreciate that lesson. Allow yourself that time to rest and to process. Give yourself grace. You are doing amazing, and we're proud of you.